Hi, today's stretch is going to be focused on hamstrings. A lot of us have tight hamstrings, which leads to tight hips, which then leads to a tight back. So let's start with some hip rolls. We're going to mobilize our hips in and out. So outward rotation, inward rotation. We'll stand that same side for a second, and then we'll do the other side, out to in. Just mobilizing through your hip joint. One more time. Okay, so from here, just gonna march the legs. Helps us release our lower back. Helps us get the muscles warmer. That way we can go into our stretches. And we're gonna go into a wide stance here. Turn your toes out, side to side, lean. Just go to what feels good for you. Do make sure that your knees are following the angle of your toes. So just side to side, getting a little bit of mobility, warmth, and flexibility through your inner thighs. Okay, and then let's go ahead and take our feet hip width apart. We're going to go into a little bit of a hip hinge here. So push your hips back into a forward fold. Hands come down to the floor. Now, if you are tight and you can't quite reach the floor, you could place your hand on top of your thigh or even on your shin. You can also bend your knees a little bit, but do let the head hang, so relaxing our neck in the process. We want that support of our hand somewhere versus just hanging. That way we protect our lower back. So wherever you are right now, try leaning your body weight forward towards the balls of your feet, and you might feel an extra stretch to the back of your legs. Again, you can bend your knees or keep the legs straight, depending on your flexibility. And then we'll just rock the knees side to side, more like forward and back, isn't it? So you'll bend one side and then the other, just releasing the joint, releasing the hamstrings. Okay, and help yourself up. From here, we're going to take our feet wide. Toes are pointed forward, and then again, hinging forward from your hip, hands come down to the ground. So we're stretching into the back of your legs here in this wide leg position. Again, option to bend your knees. Let's go ahead and slide our body to one side. If you're tight in your hamstring, bend your knee a little bit and then come down. And again, you could place your hand on your thigh or your shin. You just want to make sure you don't put it on your knee joint itself. So you never want to press into the joint itself. So above or below the knee, and then stretch. And let's go ahead and swing on over to the other side. Again, just working with your flexibility here. It also helps to lift the belly button up a little bit, so navel to spine. So in that way, we protect our lower back, because forward folds can get a little bit intense. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the center. Turn your heels in and lower your hips down. You're in a deep squat here. If you have a hard time coming down low, stay up a little bit more. Otherwise, you can come down deeper and then push your knees out with your elbows, allowing the lower back and your hips to stretch. And let's go ahead and take our hand to the thigh, roll yourself up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take the right foot, point it forward, and then sink down. So we're stretching into the inner thigh. Now the hamstring stretch is not just limited to the back of the leg. We want to kind of get around the leg too. So this is the inner thigh stretch. Staying open to the hips. If you are tight in your knee, lessen the range of motion here. And let's do the other side, just swinging on over. Feels great. The hip joint is what's called circumduction, so it's circular. It's like a little cup. So you want to make sure that we stretch the muscles around in different ranges of motion. And let's go ahead and come on up into a figure 4. So we're going to hook the leg, flex the foot, and then sit into it. If you need to hold on to something, hold on and then drop in. The knee presses out. Don't force it though. You want to feel that stretch through your glute. That is your buttocks. Balance action too. And up you go. Let's do the other side. So again, finding a wall if you need to for any balance needs. Otherwise, coming on down. Feel that beautiful stretch through your hips. Yay. And let's rise up and let's shake out the legs. And that was it, short and sweet.